Alright, let's see. Looks like we've got a feed going through. Alright. Hello all. Hope you're all having a great day today. Would have streamed this last night, but the frame of my glasses decided to fall apart last night. So I had to use another pair with a different prescription, and yeah, still adjusting, but you know, it's whatever. But I did have another pair, so I'm at least not as blind as a bat. So you might remember that I said I needed to look into how Freak's other quests went. Well, I did get the information that I needed. But, we'll go ahead and just update the battery situation. So we're going to wrap up with Freak real quick, and I'll explain that. And we'll take care of the Oligarch quest line today. If I do a second stream, which is a little bit more likely today than yesterday, we'll be going back to Breath of Fire. But for the time being, as it would turn out, Freak does not offer any more quests at this point if he doesn't offer them already. You apparently need to build up a stronger bit of rapport with him at an earlier point, which, because I was aiming for a more peaceful approach early on without wanting to reload at literally every junction, we kinda messed that up. So Freak, we're done with Freak, as far as quests are concerned. But, he has something we want. Has something I want, anyway. And we're XCOMing already. Oh geez, he has 600 health, no wonder. He's probably like level 25-ish. So, yes. Unfortunately, this means we put him down. Huh. Does he just casually have a better I think he just casually has a better shield than me. But the actual reason why we did this was this remote control energizer glove. Which, it's not terrible for combat. But we wanted for that buff to electronics. Because electronics is a crafting skill. But this highly sophisticated multi-purpose electronic gadget glove comes with a set of wires from the finger roots. These cables can be connected to all battery-run devices of the wearer and then charged simultaneously whenever a physical contact with another source of electrical power is made. Without its originally designated user, the glove's remote control capabilities are lost, but it has retained certain features that can help in various engineering activities. I'm a little curious as to the action point cost of Energy Siphon, which we'll gladly test out or peek at in just a minute. For starters, go ahead and use one even though it's a little bit of a waste. Pop all these energy weapons up at the same time. And hey, we fixed our capacity issue. So, we're going to temporarily equip the glove. And I don't believe, yes, so as long as we don't have it equipped, we wouldn't have the other penalty, but now we do. So, energy siphon. 20 points. Perform a melee touch attack that drains 50 to 100 energy from the target's equipped gear, using 80% of that energy to recharge the attacker's equipped gear, and dealing damage equal to 60% of energy drained as unresistible electrical damage. And then against a machine, it's just flat 50 to 100 and doing the whole drain effect. Which it's also worth considering for the bonus to hacking. But we want it for that electronics buff. You know, what is our hacking at typically? 104. So that would kick it up to 114, which with the Lux key or Hux key would kick it up to 129. So at that point, most normal things would in fact be simple enough. Now we're going to just clean up shop. But, you know, I did warn you. Whenever there's something of immense value, I gotta get it. BPTD version 3.0. Computer has restricted access to most of its programs, only revealing a small portion of its data. In addition, all available information is of recent origin, indicated by an obnoxious notification system. New device attached. That's what we helped with, I believe. Re-establishing connection with compatible remote devices. Please wait. Each VPC fully engaged, ionizing radiation data to be generated. Notes. There are a few options available, the rest are unselectable. Hotspots. Dust stash. Boxes. Boxes of filled with nothing and more. Okay. Probing shack. The magnet tracker leads to there without a doubt. Has it been removed? I don't know. But I have no other option than to crunch my way in there. It looks abandoned anyway. The box inside is worth it. That research lab must have something in there worth a look. Gizmos needed. So this is everything for the quest, I think. Yeah. Yeah, this is literally him explaining the entire process of getting into the core city facility. It's disassembled and its pieces all over the damn place. Sewage hole. Northwest City sewers, hidden lever, second hole, heavily compromised. A single available option reads Acid Hunters. Read the message. Gizmos brought an even bigger gizmo. Big deal. A box with something strange inside. Has many shapes, lights, and markings, unlike anything else. Questionable origin. Power source? Charged an arm for it. No coin. Box tracked. Lost trail at Core Tech Research Lab. Probe there. Next. Now AHS came back to the sewers. Shaft 2. 3 of them took over the hole while AFK. Really, dude? Hostile intentions. Maybe ghost them. Alright. Degradation store. Orange box, nearby store shelves, south of Institute of Tea, moderately compromised. Echoing warehouse. Orange box, nearby service room, north of Fort A, moderately compromised. Orange box. Emergency buzzers. Plug it in and play back the sounds it asks for. 3 sequences in a row without a mistake. Colors of progression, red, green, blue. I think. If fail, start over. Yeah, this is literally just his entire like personal notes, because this just reeks of shorthanding that a person would do in their private work. Hello, hope you're doing well today, Druha. Full gig. HVPC, charge the big grid at CC. Facility below has an emergency exit. Should lead close to Cortex stash or something else entirely. Yeah, literally just everything he described for the quest prior. I actually ended up getting distracted, but I do have the tab open because I'm a filthy tab hoarder. But once I process what other stuff popped up since then, I will be looking at it, yeah. So I imagine it's going to be a nice 5 to 10 minutes of, I guess Gordon Freeman is accurate, yeah. Bunch of CACs. But, so I was moderately incorrect, with Freak's quests, Druha. Um, the extra quest I was waiting for is based upon his affinity with you. I didn't hit the appropriate affinity, so that quest is just not an option. So, kind of punched him to death because I wanted his glove. It's fine though. To do? Okay, so the to do he mentions with the free rides is actually what that quest would have been. Ironheads, faceless, and other pipe workers obstructing trains, pipes, and barrels. Look, I'm only a moderate sociopath, and that's only when playing this and Fallout. Because if I can get away with it and there's something good behind it, I'm going to take advantage of it. Connection status. Reestablishing connection with compatible remote devices. Please wait. Okay, and that's just locking back to that. Unlock front door? Was it locked to begin with? But yeah, case in point, his glove is actually pretty good. Did I already sort it? So, the energy siphon, Like, it can be good if you just don't want to waste your own batteries. But a weapon with a bonus to electronics, nice. And if you really need the bonus to hacking, I mean, you can slap it on real quick. So, I do think there's some good value there. Go ahead and repair that so I'm not overweight still. Did I get everything else of note? Okay, we're not worried about a frame though. Okay, I think that is everything of note here. We'll see about offloading a little bit of this excess, but we're going to immediately pick up the Oligarch quest line. I should honestly, yeah, I should honestly offload all of that sooner rather than later. Yeah, hope you're doing well today. I would have streamed this last night, but as I mentioned earlier, but that might be before you came in, my glasses fell apart. So, yeah, had to adjust to a new pair. Or rather, an old new pair. He's not accepting weapons right now. And we probably need to offload all of that excess healing items. Because looting all of those Protectorate soldiers actually gave us a fair collection. Once we get once we get the other facility and get it situated with all the good stuff, though, we're going to be having a filled day with crafting. No longer need all of those. So I typically don't use psi boosters under this current build. Used to rely on them heavily before the psionics rework, but because of how they work now, they're just kind of there if you just need that last second boost. Because of that, you usually get a fair amount traveling. So, neat. Don't remember where I picked that up. Oh yeah, I didn't realize I had that many on me. Honestly, we almost don't even use the normal ones anymore. Alright, so I think Freak's shield was better than mine. 223 and 175 for the... Oh yeah, no, that's completely better. Other than the capacity. Oh, okay, that's why. Love how the gloves window is literally most of the game window, though. A little bit silly. We're gonna have to do a, I want to make sure that when I wrap up today, leave this at a spot that I could reasonably just go do shopping trips. And I will want one set of goggles with a bonus to detection. And there we go. That should be good for now. So head back, head back to Core City, and we're going to finally, properly get up the upper level. There's three different oligarchs, or rather, three different groups that you can end up falling under. Huh. Okay. One is Cortec. They do have some good pieces, but they are heavily tech inspired. Another is the Praetorian Security. They've got heavy armor, lots of good stuff like that. But again, that's their thing. We are going to join up with the JKK, which, you know, they're the ones in charge of the arena and all that. I will take one quick peek at one thing. Okay, there is one benefit to joining Cortec over JKK, and that's that they do have +10 hacking on the top. Additionally, you do get persuasion off actually you get intimidation from Praetorian, I believe. And of course you get persuasion and or stealth from the JKK here. Man stops typing and looks at you. Welcome to JKK headquarters, Mr. Bacon. Mr. Bacon, nice to meet you. My name is Van. How can I help you? Well, what can you tell me about the JKK? JKK is the major broadcasting organization in Core City. We make sure every arena match is brought to the people of both South and North Underrail. Even the poorest zoners get the chance to experience the brutality of the arena. Moreover, for those interested in betting on the arena matches, JKK is the organization responsible for it, and much more. Without JKK, Core City would not be what it is today. Well, I'm looking for some work. Very good. And what kind of work are you looking for? Well, something fun that pays good. He laughs. Aren't we all? Well, if you'd excuse me for a brief moment, I'll see if we happen to have anything available. Van presses a button on his headset and starts speaking to someone. You pretend not to listen, but you can hear your name being mentioned a couple of times, and also notice that the man nods his head several times, as if he's agreeing with something that's been said. After several minutes, the conversation ends. Sorry to keep you waiting, but in return, I have some good news. It might seem like a coincidence, but we are in need of a capable individual, and you just might be the one. If you're still interested, I'll let you through to Miss Vivian Young. You'll find her right near the entrance, just beyond this door. Before I forget, you can only move about the first floor of the building. Access to the other areas is forbidden to visitors, just to be clear. Alright, well thank you. I'll go see Miss Young now. So I wonder... You know, I haven't actually tested this before. I have all 5 of my saves up here, yeah. So, we are going to do the JKK questline. But I want to see what happens if we enter the other lobbies real quick. Just walk through? Guess so. The young woman meets your approach with a chalk-white smile and a polite greeting. Greetings, sir, and welcome to Cortec. How may I help you? I'm looking for work. Do you have anything available? Well, actually, what can you tell me about Cortec? We'll go ahead and get the spiel from the others. Cortec is the primary technology research, manufacturing, and application company in Core City. Being a successor to the great Biocore, Cortec employs some of the brightest minds in solving difficult problems of today. Cortec's desire to create a better future for everyone through technological advancement remains unmatched. Looking for work, what do you got available? Certainly, sir. Cortec is the top technology and application company of Underrail. We have several open positions in the fields of geophysics, chemistry, and ballistics. Could you please specify your qualifications so that we may proceed? Hmm. Yeah, you know what? You need anybody that's good with computers? I'm afraid not at the moment, at least. But we might have something different available. Could you please tell me your full name? Bacon. Let me do a quick check on you. She starts typing something on the keyboard. Hmm. I see. You seem to be in luck, sir. We do have a position available. Please, if you'd like, talk to Mr. Joseph Harlan. He's in the office right next to this one, down the hallway, first door on the left. Oh, and before you go, I also need to inform you that the upper floor is off limits to all non-employees. Thank you. So, I guess you can just do this for all of them right now. I'm a little bit curious. Oh, 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 oh. Uh-huh. It would be funny if somebody robbed this location in front of all y'all. Oh. Oh, nice. We actually didn't have the cloak and device blueprint yet. And that is something I will want to be crafting in the future. Huh. Not sure why they have two different stairways up, unless one's considered a fire escape or something. Okay, so the check isn't hard. Let's just save first. Wait. Y'all have a lock? Oh, well, I guess this could be a structurally important room, if judging by those fat pillars. Alright, well... I'll loot Mr. Harlan's office, because why wouldn't I? And we'll leave, but I'm kind of curious. I don't think you can double dip, but I'd be quite interested in doing it if you could. Hold it. You're approaching a restricted area. Only employees and recruits are allowed past this point. Oh, what is this place? This is Praetorian Security Headquarters, one of the most notable buildings in Core City. I'm guessing you're not from around here. Oh, come from SGS. Yes, I'm familiar with SGS. Praetorian Security is the largest defense force in Core City. Our duty is to protect all those who live in Core City from internal and external threats. Any more questions? Nah. Uh, that one seems a little more incriminating if you attempt to join. I feel like that one's just a one and done. So certain components of the JKK gear will not have their fullest effect for us, but that's because we didn't invest in certain ability points. That's fine. We've already hit most of the relevant skill checks for that skill, so it's fine. The young, slender woman gets up from behind her desk to meet you. At first glance, she appears to be a rather gentle creature, one that would find great difficulty facing the hardships of life outside of her comfy desk. Yet, something in her stance and confident motion suggests the exact opposite, that beneath this soft exterior exists one resilient human being, only hidden from plain sight. As your eyes meet, she flashes an almost blinding smile that precedes her equally bright and pleasant voice. Oh, and hello and welcome. I'm Vivian Young, and you must be Bacon, if I'm not mistaken. Actually kinda rhymes, don't it? Yes, my name is Bacon. Lovely. In that case, I have a very interesting proposal for you, Bacon. You came here at just the right time, and by simply looking at you, I have a feeling you could be the right man for this job. That's why I'm here. What have you got for me? Okay, let's go. I don't know how well informed. Pardon me. I don't know how well informed you are, but JKK plays an important, dominating role in Core City's complex ecosystem. Founded by Mr. Gunnar Edstrom, an oligarch, JKK easily cemented itself as one of the largest and most successful organizations in Core City, primarily thanks to the development of an advanced broadcasting system which popularized the arena throughout the Underrail. Of course, while it is what JKK is most famous for, there is more to JKK than just broadcasting arena matches. JKK is the dominating player in the betting business, advertisement, animal import for the arena, and much more. So, what does JKK need from you exactly? We need someone we can trust to perform certain tasks for us. Well, do continue. In today's world, big organizations like the JKK Cortec and such, no matter how powerful they might be, are still very, very vulnerable to corporate espionage, property theft, destruction, and, dare I say, much worse things. That is why we need trusted and capable operatives to help us combat all that. Specifically, we want to offer this job to you. We want you as one of our operatives. Me? Well, how do you know I can be trusted? I just walked in here straight from the street. We have eyes and ears everywhere. We're the JKK, she smiles. I mean, we can't tell 100%, let's be honest about that, but we will put you to the test soon enough. So far, when all is taken into consideration, you look promising. So if I accept this job, what will I be doing exactly? Well, as an operative, you must be capable of working alone and executing your missions both effectively and efficiently. Some missions might even lead you into dangerous situations, so you must be prepared for that too. Most, if not all of them, will be strictly confidential, so we require your absolute discretion. All details will be revealed to you once we make an agreement. So, did you make up your mind? I'm in. A smile shines on her face. Lovely. There's only one thing left for me to say. Welcome to JKK, Bacon. I hope you'll like it here with us. We try to maintain a mostly informal and warm atmosphere here. I think you'll fit right in. And speaking of fitting in, She walks to one of the lockers in the back, then she turns around, eyes you briefly, and picks up a leather jacket, eyes you again, returns it, and grabs another one, then nods with satisfaction before picking up a few more items and returning to you. Here's your uniform. She hands you everything but the cap, which she puts on your head. There. She looks around one more time. Remember, shush. What can you tell me about the JKK? Ah, listen now. Gunnar Edstrom, owner of the JKK, came to Core City many years ago, she laughs. It sounds like some prophet story. Be serious, Vivian. Anyway, since he possessed a sixth sense for good business, he saw the potential for the arena to become the most popular sport in the whole Underrail after witnessing its popularity in Core City. So he founded JKK and immediately set out to do just that. With the help of state-of-the-art equipment, he began broadcasting arena matches throughout Underrail. The rest is history. After JKK's rapid success, Edstrom became an oligarch and expanded his business even more. So we have Arena Now and Gauntlet channels, and we have import beasts for the arena, own all the betting stations in the city, have a small but highly trained security force, and the most important thing of all, we have Vivian. She laughs. You'd agree I'm JKK's most important asset, right? She laughs. Just kidding. What about Cortec? Oh no, you're not leaving us to work for Cortec. No, she laughs. Just kidding. Cortec is the technological research company of Core City, a sort of BioCore successor. They have some great minds working in their labs, which is truly lovely, but their president, Rupert Simmons, is not one of them, which is not lovely. Yeah, he used to be head of some BioCore research department back in the day, but to tell you the truth, I wouldn't even trust him with making barrel soup. She laughs. Alright, what about Praetorian Security? Praetorian Security is the largest fighting force in Core City. Even though both Cortec and JKK have their own security forces, which helps with local and internal matters, only Praetorian Security can deal with, say, the Faceless, and have enough personnel to safeguard the whole city. Okay, not the whole city, since there is absolutely no law in Drop Zone. They also tend to stick their nose where it doesn't belong, if you catch my drift, but we can outplay the Praetorians when they get too cocky. And what do you think about the Faceless invasion? If they kill us, we're dead. There's a few words of great wisdom for you right there, she laughs. But now, seriously, I don't know what to think. It's all really scary, and I just hope that the Praetorians are good enough to stop the Faceless. If they mount an actual assault on the city. Let's talk about something else, huh? Alright, well, I'm ready for my first mission. Oh, lovely. Let's see what you're made of, friend, she whispers to herself. Vivian, be serious for once. She slowly inhales before continuing. JKK needs your help in dealing with a man called Bogdan Stravahodnik. Was one of our operatives, just like you. The problem is he's gone completely mad and has disappeared. So far, we weren't able to locate him. So you want me to find the guy? Yes and yes. Wait, just one yes. Sorry. Yes, we want you to find him if possible, and I don't think I need to explain why. The only thing we are positively certain of is that he is still somewhere in the city. Just take care during the mission. Anything can happen when you deal with someone that's missing a few screws, especially if that someone used to be a veteran operative. Alright, well, where do I start? Well, there was a rumor that he was last seen in Hardcore City Bar. Maybe you could start your search there. Again, he is still in the city. We have operatives monitoring all known exits, all main exits, underpassages, everything. Good luck on your search, and yeah, just good luck, she laughs. What can you tell me about this Bogdan guy? He was a good, reliable operative, and a funny, normal guy. All that until he got derailed. How did that happen? Well, constant danger, lots of stress, bad barrel soup. I don't know. Once we find him, we'll know more, I suppose. See you later, Vivian. Bye, Bacon. So, the vest is this nice little piece. It's honestly not terrible. even as a normal equipment piece. The one issue is the armor penalty, which would actually, with our tabby, we don't have an armor. Okay, no, we could actually just straight up equip it, no issue. But the good thing about it, which if you're using an actual gun, it could be even better because of the point shot cost reduction. But we want it for the buff to persuasion, the buff to lockpicking, and the initiative bonus. Which, since we're typically not going to use it in combat, mostly want it for the persuasion and the lockpicking. Which, our current lockpicking with the Hux key is 119. If we equip the jackknife and that, we could actually open that 135 box that spawned outside of SGS. So, ordinarily, prior to Freak's addition to the game, the only way to progress the story, like from it's somewhere in Core City with acid runners to the Institute of Chort, was actually through doing an oligarch quest line. Now you can do Freak and completely sidestep the oligarchs, which if you're doing a roleplay style of run, is perfectly acceptable. However, the oligarchs do have good rewards, and I don't just mean the uniforms. Alphabet, what you got? Just junk. I want to check with Heidi real quick. Pneumonoltramic tramicroscopic silicovacaniosis? Is that that has to be something they came up with here. Wait, didn't I buy this and activate it? Wait, temporary rewind. Oh wait, yeah, I already know. I didn't notice the very small statement. Alright, Gene, what do you have about Ogden Trevahodnik? He's on the blacklist, mate. I've seen him only once, and that's enough for a lifetime. Can you tell me what happened? A squabble. He came here, angry, derailed, or whatever, and grabbed a guy called Slavomir. Slavomir is a regular patron here, a funny and good-natured zoner, and from what I heard during the fighting, the two are brothers. Alright, then what happened? I mean, a lot of those zoners tend to cause trouble, but Slavomir, no, he was the opposite. He was so... Gene, just answer the gentleman already. Oh, right. Well, they got into a fight. These things happen and are often welcome entertainment, but this Bogdan threw a bottle and damaged my monitor. So I threw them both out of here. Where'd they go after you threw them out? I don't know. All I know is they were duking it out, and one of them dropped this key, which I picked up later while cleaning the place. What Jean meant, sweetie, is that I found the key when I did the cleaning, because cleaning is beneath him. It's not like that. I mean, never mind. Just take this. It gives you a small key. You know where I might start searching for the two? Drop zone. Makes absolute sense, eh, mate? Okay, thanks. Goodbye. I don't think you can double dip into the other oligarchs, but granted, I never did try. So we'll see. Alright. Bald man seems to be scratching a small brownish growth on his head. He stops doing so when you notice you watching him. Hey man, need something? Looking for two men called Bogdan and Slavomir. You know where I can find them? Don't know them. I have money. Eh, Brett, don't speak about money and drops unless you want to lose it, man. Also, as I said, I can't help you. Don't know them. Alright, I'll ask something else then. How's life? It's the usual drop zone lifestyle. Poverty, hunger, death, and all that. Totally hardcore. In the zone, you need to surround yourself with people you can trust. Enough said. That's the key to survival. Otherwise, you just get picked apart by the pipe-working gangs or what have you. See you around. Alright, if not you... Guzomir. Hello, watch your step. I'm looking for two men called Bogdan and Slavomir. Do you know where I can find them? Never heard of them, I swear, bruh. At all? Huh. Bye and take care. Yeah. And yeah, the facility we went through, this is the normal route in. If you go through any of the three oligarch quests, that is how it ultimately wraps up. Oh, did I not come over here before? Guess not. This young man appears to be drawing some intricate graffiti on the wall. The artist seems focused on getting the final details right on his almost finished piece. Perhaps he doesn't notice you're there, or he is simply ignoring you. In addition, he seems to be faintly humming a catchy melody, one you're unable to recognize, however. Do you have a moment, perhaps? The man turns around, glances at you for a second, then he turns back to continue his work. Hey man, what you working on there? Just some graffiti. What you think of it? It looks pretty okay. It looks pretty awesome, sure. Thanks, man. Most graffiti in Core City were done by me. Actually, all of them. I'm the only writer around here. Oh, and I'm not counting what the free drones have been scribbling on the walls. That's amateur work. Once I finish this up, I'm going to do a throw-up. You, want to throw up? Are you feeling sick? No, I'm not going to throw up, man. Throw up is a type of graffiti. It's, it looks around the area. There's one above me, that big white one. Simple outline with a one-color fill. A throw-up. There's so much of that stuff to talk about, but I don't have time now. Gotta finish this piece. Can you tell me about Drop Zone? The zone, well, it's pretty bad here, man. I think my graffiti adds some beauty to this death drop zone. Just look around. Use your eyes and you're bound to see more than I can ever explain with words. Core City? I don't know what to say. It's a big city, so I got room for writing. Drop Zone is the best, though. No guards here to bother me. Some of the best stuff I've done is right around here. Yeah. What can you tell me about the arena? I don't know, probably nothing you haven't heard already. It's the big thing in Core City. I liked it for a while, but the visuals kind of became boring. Just a concrete room with gladiators killing each other. I did make the graffiti they used in the Gauntlet ad. It was colorful at first, but those dopes made it all green. It makes no sense. What do you think about the Faceless invasion? Couldn't care less. Maybe they should destroy Core City, you know? I mean, it would mean a change of scenery, which would be hardcore. Plus, it's not like I can't find better places to work. I got tired of this place anyway. Time to move on to something new. Maybe I should move to North Underrail next. I'll think about it. Yeah, there's a lot of graffiti in Underrail. The good ones were done by me. What's the truth? Okay. I guess this is just your place then? Oh hey, Redhead Amulet, and the last one we need for a single oddity point. Speaking of, we are 10 out of 30 for the next level. Right, this is that one we came to earlier and had to deal with the gangsters and the beggar turned murderer. We got that lucky turn on us. Definitely not salty about that or anything. Why would I be? Alright, that's back to the middle. So... would have figured I would have seen a door for this key. Alright, well, wait, let's check in with this guy. Oh, okay, he's too distracted. Right, this is the dude that we decided to be nice about. We'll continue to leave him be. Yeah, what were you thinking coming to Core City for a better life? Huh. Oh, hey. Wonder if that actually will lead somewhere. Let's see, I need some specific information. Yeah, probably gonna have to do this. Looking for people named Bogdan and Slavomir. You know where I can find them? Rat Hound Barbecue. He points at his gaping mouth. Here. Be back when I got it. Gene, do you have food? Great, gotta go down to the entry level. Rat Hound. You don't have Rat Hound barbecue. Am I going to have to teleport and get stuff out of my stock? You open stream, but you can... Oh, you mean you forgot till now? But hey, Ski. Hope you're having fun with Witcher. Doing many Witcher things. Okay. When you do finish it, do tell me your opinion of it. Because yes, everybody swears by it, but that's the thing. If everybody swears by it, you kind of have to wonder if it's just the hype. The world and the quests have been fun. Alright. And let me guess, combat is still the biggest part of the game, right? Give me my juice. And I'm going to grab some Rat Hound barbecue. Encounters are either fun or annoying. Yeah. Is it a lock-on system that's the issue, or is it something else? Speaking of, we still need to pick up another one of these from something. There, that should be everything. So it's janky. It does the job, but it has its issues. Which, fair. Lock-on systems can be a coin toss. Alright, John, you better have something good for me. Here you go, one Rat Hound barbecue. Slavomir and Bogdan, no idea. Hey pal, I'm just messing with you, don't be silly. The two guys are brothers. To find them, go east, east, and east, and there you'll find a small community of foreigners who say bre a lot. At the east side of that area, you'll find Slavomir's humble home. But be careful, because you'll be in the drop zone, zoners and stuff, you know? Nasty people. Heard of that? No? Yes? Nah? He bites into the meat. Okay. Let's see, tell me what you know about Aegis. You know what? What? Hopper steak. Okay, well. Me hungry. Yeah, well. Ain't got any hopper steak. Deal with it, my dude. So, after stream, I'm gonna bake some potatoes and set up some... See, this was only 2 easts, but okay. Still not gonna show it. I'm gonna bake some potatoes and use some MRE chili as a topping. Hadn't decided if we're going to do some carrots, or if we're going to have some field peas. Either one of those are going to come from a can, though. Hey, does it not show the stuff? Ah, there we go. So, you actually have to use the cousins bit. Hold on, Bray, hold on. Cousins? That changes things. What's your name? Bordomir. I don't remember hearing Slavomir ever mentioning you, but he's got a big family. Are you from Verzolster's or Vangizima's side? I'm going to say Verzolster's. Ah, good. Welcome to the drop zone. Take care not to die. Anyway, Slavomir lives just here, through those doors by the ladder. He points to the shack next to him. That's his place. Bogdan's is somewhere up in the residential district, and he never comes here as a pipe worker. Haven't seen Slavomir in ages, though. Maybe he's walking the pipes again. Walking the pipes? A smile appears on his face, which soon turns into a laugh. Slavomir... he had this crazy idea to make a secret exit from his home. You got this, Briz, safe house, but you gotta walk across some pipes to get to the other side, and there's only emptiness below you. Totally hardcore, Bray. He said, in case the faceless break through. I mean, now it's because of the faceless. First it was because of a rat hound invasion, then the zone riots, then the Great Plague, and now this, Bray. Slavomir, enough said. You know what he's like. Anyway, wait around. I'm sure he'll show himself soon. See you around. Now the door shows up. We are going to turn on stealth. Okay. Which, thinking on it, I should probably grab some nets again. It could be helpful in CC. Huh. Thought it might let me see if there's any hostiles, but either that's a no or there's nothing there. Uh-huh. Yeah, so buddy, I don't take kindly to being attacked. Take that, footlocker key. Already capped on that. SGS credits. Huh. Oh hey, cloak and field. Nice. Really? I don't feel like shuffling through gear right now. Either way, we found the man. Unfortunately, Slavomir probably took a long drop. I'll see you around. It's not like we found Slavomir anywhere. And we still do need to go up there and meet with Gorski, but not exactly in a huge rush. Upper level and head back to headquarters. Hey friend, how's life treating you? Found Bogdan. You did? What happened? He attacked me on sight, so I was forced to kill him. He... he attacked you? Rats, that's horrible. Did you manage to learn anything about the whole situation? Well, he met with some man named Slavomir in Hardcore City Bar, then, after they had an argument, they both left for Drop Zone. But there, I only managed to find Bogdan. That's interesting, but far from explaining anything. She sighs. Poor city, where all the weird stuff happens. So Bacon, friend, I guess your first mission has been accomplished. Here's something for your efforts. Oh boy, a crossbow. You did what you had to do, and we'll take care of the rest. Now that Ola is here, we can discuss your next mission. She stops to think for a second, or, better yet, to introduce you to. Finally, Bacon, this is Ola Halidorson, the man I've told you about. Did you? She whispers to you. You know, the bald guy. Yeah, I don't think you told me. Hey, what's with the whispering, Vivian? The bald man genuinely laughs at the joke aimed at his expense before he turns to you. He's a wide-shouldered man of average height with an informal attitude, much like Vivian's. Hey bro, nice to meet you. And Ola, this is Bacon, the ugly one. Ugly and proud of it. Nice to meet you, Ola. He laughs. Sweet, he's got a sense of humor. That's hardcore. Now that you two know each other, we can finally discuss your next mission, friend. Alright, what is it? Lovely, now that we're all here, we can begin, right, Ola? Thank you. Listen carefully, Bacon, this is going to be a very important mission. We've received information that some very important men are being held hostage in an old warehouse here in Core City. JKK is going to attempt a rescue operation and get them out of there safe and sound. We have everything ready, but there's only one problem. You need me to do something behind the scenes, right? Yep, you got it. The warehouse has a very troublesome security system. Before we can begin the rescue operation, we need you to disable the security system in question. To do that, we need to go through the sewers and then through some caves and finally through the back entrance into the security room. All the way around. I'll explain everything when we get there. Lovely. I think Ola got everything covered. Time is of the essence here. Once you're ready, talk to Ola and he'll show you where you need to go. Take care, both of you. We will. Bye. Okay, this is how it's going to be. I'll go to the sewers beneath Core City and scout the area first, make sure everything is clear. After that, I'll meet with you and we'll proceed from there. How will I find you? It's simple. Enter the sewers from the docks, then take the first western tunnel. Follow it all the way till you come to a fenced-off cave entrance. Got it, bro? Got it. Meet you there. Well, actually, how much was Bogdan even worth? One. But I think we can make some good time on these, so I think we can get all of them done in one stream. But we'll see. There are a few minor hiccups here and there. Then I could show off the big reward for completing these quests. The real reason you want to do them. And we're just going to go through. 3 stacks, it's fine. Yeah, that's still within regenerating range. Place in question is right here. Ola seems unfazed by the stench of the place, although his respirator probably has something to do with it. He nods at your approach. Glad you can make it in one place, in one piece, bro. The area is clear, as I had hoped. Let's get started. I'll now unlock this door for you. What you need to do is what we talked about. You go through the caves, and at the far end, you'll find the back entrance to the security room, below the warehouse. Once you're inside, find a way to disable the security system. Whether it's a console or some other controls, make sure to smash them, just in case. We don't want anyone turning the defenses back on at the wrong moment. As soon as the defenses are down, our team will move in and take care of the rest. Then we all meet back in the JKK building and have a brew or something. Any questions? Who are the hostages? Let's just say these are very important people, bro, and their deaths would really affect Core City. For the worse, of course. But be very careful what you do and stay focused. Who holds the hostages and why? All we know is that it's a mercenary group, highly trained and well equipped from what we've learned, but who's behind them, we don't know yet. Once we secure the hostages, though, we should have more answers. Anything I should worry about in these caves? Well, I've heard some strange sounds just before you came, and it sounded like some muties, but I can't tell for sure. Well, you know what? I will take muties over coil spiders, so this is fine. How do you know all this stuff about the security and all? Core City is very old, and so is the warehouse. It's easy to find plans when they're needed. Now, them being outdated is a different issue, but they get the job done. The back entrance is through the caves? Well, as far as I know, it served as an escape exit, so it makes sense. Now, after the recent earthquake, I don't think anything is safe down there. Who knows, maybe you'll even run into the pipe-working lurkers in there. Those monsters are everywhere. All in all, take care, bro. How do I disable the system? I don't know. Find a way. That's up to you. I can't tell you everything. How come you didn't ask Praetorian Security for help? While the Praetorians do have the largest force in the core city, numerically speaking, they're currently preoccupied with the Faceless Invasion. Besides, other than the numerical advantage, Praetorians are no more capable than our JKK men and women. Alright, I'm ready to go. Sweet. Take good care over there, and don't fail us. Me? Fail? Haha, funny. One more thing, Bacon, now that we're alone. Be very careful with Vivian. What do you mean? What I mean is, she might seem all friendly and groovy, and nice to work with, but some of us in JKK have very good reasons to suspect she's working for someone else. Like a double agent? Maybe. No one is sure of anything yet. You're new, so I can't blame you for not noticing the little hints and clues. She is, after all, the person that gave you the job. I'll keep my eyes open for anything suspicious. Good. This is between you and me. I'll now open the door for you. I'm ready. The way is clear. I'll be headed back to JKK. Meet me there when you're done. Sure thing, bro. Oh boy, yeah, we're going to need the gas mask for this one. Or the shortest bioscrubber. You know, whichever works. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing some muties. Oh, well, excuse me, there are coil spiders. I don't feel like fighting all of them. We will check this path, though. Which is just dogs. Which means I wasted my time. And we'll probably end up having to fight them. Yep. You know what? I got just enough for a dirty kick. And there we go. I still reju... Okay. Yeah, I am still regenerating, so we're good. Alright, time for the actual problems. And we are going to switch back to the gas mask. Of course, unlike other locations, looks like we're getting off relatively scot-free. If a normal core coil spider is the worst we're dealing with hiding. Yeah, this was relatively painless by comparison. Is that it, or is there more? There's more. Of course. You're recent. Players don't last. Ooh. Players don't last forever. Damn. I got enough of these traps? Insect repellent. You doubt this will solve your insect problems. Oddity is worth 3 points. And I have to agree, I don't think it's going to fix any problems. Oh, another dead man. Well, might as well check him out. If we can? Okay. Ah, but there would be one here, wouldn't there? Unfortunately, we're already capped on the coil spider egg sacs. Sure would be a shame if I kicked this spider in its nuts. While I'm thinking about it, I do need to make sure of one thing while we're here, which I'll click over here, that way they're still moving. Okay, I still need to go and pick up another protector can. And I do know where one is. I must have overlooked it or something. You know what? No. Bet it's nothing. Hello. Coincidentally, it was in fact nothing. Which is why we won't be going there. Haha. All you would need to do is throw a flash or something and kick the other one, and that would probably still resolve it. But I ain't about to be wasting time and resources when there's nothing to gain from it there. Main reason I'm willing to here, because you never know what you might find. Probably won't be another grater before we get out. Oh? Okay. Oh! Look at you! A big, strong plasma centui. And no AP. Yeah, maybe I should have opened up with the EMP. And it hit me too, because of course it did. Let's power back up the gauntlet and we'll take care of the other battery stuff after the fight. And what do we have here? Huh. Good thing I didn't charge up the Hux key, am I right? Then again, I think we tested that already. Oh, security card. No, that's fair. Now, if I recall, you can't actually see them in there right now. But you can go in after the fact to loot. CTS console Cortec firmware version 2.4. All security systems are online. Let's fix that. Please insert the security card to access the security systems options. Or I can just hack it. Initiate emergency security system shutdown. Disabling. Sealing turrets. Sealing turrets disabled. Electrified defenses disabled. Opening emergency exits. Unlocking main entrance. Successful. Unlocking office doors. One error. Smash the console. What a waste. But if you go in there and peek now... Yeah, you got blood splatters there now. And back we go. Did you stop? Oh, must have seen another trap. Yeah, most of these are relatively painless. And considering we already did 2 of them by now, just with Freak, 2 of them are just going to be a start and finish in the same general exchange. I forgot to put the gas mask on. We're just below bandage threshold. Oh. I figured when Siphoners came out, they were 100% like aware of you. Guess not. And up we go. And back to... Well, I say that. Let's go loot the facility now that it's open. Yeah, see, they just... Oh, okay, they looted the bodies, too. That's unfortunate. Yeah, they just completely cleaned house. Okay, well, never mind. We won't be looting. I think the next quest is probably going to be the longest one of the batch that we're going to actually have to deal with here. Bro, security disabled. Great job. The operatives moved in as soon as you did your magic. The kidnappers were neutralized instantly, and the hostages were rescued safely. All went as planned, Bacon. You should report to Vivian for your reward. And keep on dominating, bro. What can you tell me about the JKK? I like working here. I really do. Relaxed atmosphere, nice people, nice pay. What more could you want, bro? Work can get hard sometimes, though, but I don't mind. Except for when I'm sent to some backwater section of the city, or worse. What about the Faceless invasion? I feel this. The Praetorians are going to wipe the floor with the Faceless if they dare trying to move into the city. There's a lot of bad stuff I can say about Praetorian security, but in these types of situations, I have good faith in their enforcers' abilities. Faceless will be dominated, bro. Or city will not fall. Bye. Security disabled. I guess I'm clapping my hands or whatever. Lovely. Ola already informed me of everything. Just so you know, the operation was a complete success. The hostages are unharmed. The kidnappers lie dead. Do you know who was behind? Excuse me. Do you know who was behind all this? Well, no, unfortunately not. But our teams are trying to figure it out. We're sure there's some larger entity was behind the whole hostage situation. So since the mission went as smoothly as possible, it's time for your reward. You like this part, don't you? Ah, drats. I didn't want it to sound like I think all you care about is the reward. No, no. It is, though. It is. It was... Damn it, Vivian. Here, just take this. Now, there is another mission currently available. Tell me about it. Our next mission. You're going to help me repair an old facility's power generator. JKK wants to install some high-tech electronic equipment there. I'm sure you don't care about the details, so I was ordered to go there and get the power back online. Alright, why do I have to go there? You are very capable. There could be some surprises down there, you know? Evil beasts, Munch Munch, Vivian dead. Besides, it's going to be fun. I'm sure of it. Okay, I'm ready. Where are we going? I've got some things to finish here first, but when I'm done, I'll meet you near an old elevator in one of the old utility rooms in the... She mockingly takes a deep breath. Very old underpassage beneath Core City. And yes, everything is old in Core City. Even Zilla's stuffed mushrooms, she giggles. How do I get there? Take the elevator down to the lower level. There's a set of stairs there that'll lead you to the underpassages. You know, just past the main entrance. Next to Moe's stand, you know, the bald guy. She speaks to herself in a quiet voice. Another bald man. Got it. See you there. See you later, friend. Bro. Yeah, they won't even bring up the other line. Quest was worth 2 experience points, though, so that's nice. We're at 16 out of 30. So the place in question, I believe, is down this path. Yep. Did I not open this? I guess not. Must have been low on lockpicks at the time and forgot. Or build on capacity. You got here just in time, Bacon. The elevator is working again. Shall we go down? I'm ready. Lovely. Before we go down there, let me give you this communicator. It's standard procedure. All JKK personnel are required to have one when performing repairs in the field. Be careful not to lose it. Okay, let's get in the elevator. Follow me. There it is. Lovely. It's tinkering time. Let's see now. She begins working on the broken power generator. Okay, this piece of junk goes away. I need this one. There. You know, I don't think this is going to be difficult to fix. You need any help with that? I got skills. No need. I can... Hold on. She grabs one of the generator's components. Oh, that goes in there. I can fix it on my own, but thanks. You're lovely. So, what now? Now we can chat while I fix this pipe... Oops, pardon language. Anyway, we'll get a chance to talk about stuff other than the stuff I talk about most of the time. Go there, do that, pull this, push this guy over the ledge into his death, and watch as he becomes a red pancake. Pancakes. These are the rules. You ask me a question, I answer. Then I ask you a question, you answer. And we repeat the process. You have the honor, friend. Go. Tell me honestly, do you like working for the JKK? I don't. They are the most horrible people I've ever met. Then let's run away together and form our own JKK. We'll give it a different name, though. Let's go. Oh, wait, I have to fix this junk first. She laughs. No, I'm messing around. All the people I've worked with have been just lovely. Smiles. That includes you too, silly. I just can't complain. The money is good, the people are good, the work hours are manageable. It's lovely. My turn. Tell me your story. Where are you from? I come from Southgate Station. Southgate Station? Heard about it, but where is it exactly? It's, well, south from here. Oh, really? She laughs. I would have never guessed. Well, of course it's to the south. I mean, anyway, at least tell me what it's like there. Let's see. Okay, it's great. I really enjoy life there. It's just that my job requires me traveling around. I'll spend a lot of time away from SGS. I mean, I guess it's fine. We kind of haven't really, been there very long, since literally everything has been Tanner telling us to go there and do that. Lovely. Not many have that privilege, you know. Glad to hear someone say they're happy with their community. Your turn. Uh, what's your relationship with Ola? She slowly turns towards you. Why do you ask? You guys, like, together? Nah, you seem like you're good friends. We're just friends. Good friends, I must add. He's often away working throughout Core City, but when he gets back, we always have fun, joke around, and all that. My turn. Do you have any lovely stories you want to share with me? Oh, let's see. Let's keep it simple. Had to get these drill parts from our Armadillo class drill, you see, and is the only ones I could find were in the old section of junkyard, full of horrible mutants which were out to get and devour me, but I prevailed, got the parts, and left that cursed place in one piece. Mutants? She shudders. We also have those nasties appear from time to time in Core City. I haven't had the fortune of meeting a few in person. A long time ago it was. It ended bad for them, and were it not for my trusty crossbow to poke them to death, I'd have been one dead Vivian. She laughs. Things are tough. Your turn. So how'd you end up working for the JKK? Lovely question, my friend, lovely. I was working for my father in his mechanical store up until a few years ago. The business was going okay at the time, but living in Core City is quite hard. JKK was at the time offering a position for a trim serviceman, those street monitors, and they were paying quite generously. I went there and told Roger, "Sir, I want to apply for the position of a service woman." He told me to shut the hell up and sign the papers. She laughs. That's how that started. What I expect, well, damn. From what I've experienced, you do a lot more than just servicing. Okay. Well, the thing about the JKK is they're very flexible regarding what you can become. So you might start as, say, a mechanic. If you have certain talents, skills, and whatnot, you could end up transitioning into a whole new career, a whole different career. I started simple, and perhaps they saw I had other qualities, so step by step, I ended up working as a coordinator for all those important operations for JKK, as you know. I may be a little wacky in general, but when there's serious work to be done, Serious Vision steps in and dominates it. Hmm. Maybe I... Maybe... Yeah, that should have just been I. Maybe I, too, will become more than just an operative. Maybe. Maybe. My turn. So what's your opinion on Core City? Some things I like, others I dislike. At least it's better than some other places I've been to. You have a point there. There's so many things wrong with Core City, and it's by no means perfect. But I think it's still better than most other places in South Underrail. I mean, you've traveled around. You know what it's like. I think we can be happy with what we have here. After she places the final component into its place, a self-satisfied smile appears on her face. Wait, I think I got this. Would you mind going there and pulling that switch? I think we'll be done in just a minute. Then it's mission accomplished for Team Vivian and Bacon. Lovely. Do I have to... Seems kind of stuck. Maybe if I fall through the floor. Bacon, no. You hear a voice coming from your backpack. Rats, Bacon, can you hear me? Use your communicator. You hear Vivian's worried voice over the speaker. Bacon, Bacon, can you hear me? Are you okay? I'm fine, but I can't seem to get back up. I've fallen, and I can't get up. What is this place? Rats, the stupid elevator is not working. I can't do anything to make it operational again, not from up here. Let's see. There's a console in this room. Let me take a look just one moment. Aha, got it. According to what I'm reading, below me is some biocore research facility. Who knows what they've got down there, so be careful. Also, I just opened the map of the area and I can see the whole layout. Wait, I think I can also remotely unlock some doors, so maybe that'll be useful at some point. Tell me, where are you now? I'm near the elevator. Okay, I don't think there's much to be done there right now. Unless you want to try climbing up, it looks pretty high. I'm gonna get the elevator working. I have no idea, but there is a generator room just by the elevator, judging from what I can see here. Maybe you can check it out. Okay. Okay, please, take care and call if you need help. Should have known that would be related when she handed it to you before this quest specifically. Of course, a key card is required. Why wouldn't I just be able to hack it? So this one isn't too bad. Oh, lighter? Oh, we already got them all. This one isn't too bad. But it does have a bit of footwork. I'm just going to stick to the vent shafts for now. It'll probably get us behind some doors quietly. Or just one. And that might be a no-go. Yep. Never mind. But, oh boy, I saw webs. You know what that means. Fucking spiders. Okay. Let's try this one. Okay. Something we... Oh wait, was that an actual key item? Generator room key card. Don't mind if I do. We'll come back if we need to. But, we may be able to just one-shot this if we've got the card and the skills. And we definitely have the skills, I think. Hydraulic generator. Large machine has Biocore Hydraulics North BCHG 223 hydraulic generator written on it. Seems to be powered off. Inspect the machine. Pressing the power button makes the machine successfully start up, but it displays error 43, which means nothing to you. Upon further inspection, you notice one of the panels on the machine is loosely screwed. You remove the panel and look inside, noticing that certain mechanical components look broken. Well, let's fix it. It appears that this machine can't be repaired without some spare parts. Can I... Oh, okay. Which means... back to the drawing board. Let's go into the spiderweb-infested caverns. Or not. We'll check on their camp if need be. So, a 1. A 2. Can't quite put him down. That probably attracted them. Or maybe not. Go ahead and take all of these, because why not? Not sure why they got level 4 grenades, but I'll take it, sure. Alright. Check Sector 2 door status. Hacking. Unlock Sector 2 doors. Check Sector 1 security status. No bots detected. Disable guard mode for all security bots. Yay! And this probably just loops back towards their little camp. Oh shit. How? They can just see me through these things? I didn't even think that would be a relevant... Well, I guess I could see them too. Alright, whatever. Wait, oh. That fingered the wrong shortcut. Oh, time to do some spicy work. I don't know if I want to stand in the clear. So I guess it doesn't matter if they can't hit. Wow, you're not very good at this, are you? Okay, crisis averted, I think. Recharge the shield. I am looking forward to when we get a better shield together, though. One with a lot more capacity. Another barrel soup ladle. Unfortunately, we have all we need of that. But a new train log worth 1 oddity point. Don't mind if I do. Well, seeing as how we're not getting experience from picking locks and hacking in this mode, I don't necessarily mind having a bunch of keys and key cards. Especially when a lot of them are giving me that locked error. Yeah, no shit, it's locked. It's the whole reason I took the skills game. I think I recall something bad being behind this store. Well, I suppose a toxic barrel is bad, but I meant something different. Well, somebody had a bad accident in there. Well, so far so good, I guess. Well, okay. Alright. Fine. Another thing of insect repellent. Unfortunately, it's completely useless to me now. Okay, now I need to actually go through the vent shafts. And I almost died thanks to the security bot getting in my way. Alright. That one's a no-go. Plus, we've already been in there anyway. Wait, seriously? Huh. Oh, hold up. I read you. Some doors are locked in here. Can you do anything to help? Let's see, you're now in Sector 2. Hey, I can unlock all the doors in this sector from here. All done. Damn, Vivian, you are hacking like a sorry. You should be good to go. Alright, I'm roaming the corridors. Understood. Call me when you're somewhere specific. If you need my help, that is. Well, considering that was the only reason that I needed you, I think I'll be fine. Looks like some sort of pump. It appears to be in a functional state. Initiate pumping liquid to the hydraulic generator. Error. Breach in the piping system detected. Unable to initiate pumping procedure. Wait, am I still in it right now? Why would I want to leave it alone? Or do I need another item? Okay. Well, while we wait for that to wear off, let's go ahead and recycle those two sledgehammers I have. That was the reason I grabbed them to begin with. Alright, maybe I was misremembering about there being something especially okay, that would be why. About there being something especially dangerous, but I'm okay with misremembering if it means not dealing with them. Yeah, just put that in the generator and call it good. Oh wait, did I have a third one? Okay. There. You remove one of the panels on the machine and notice certain parts are broken. You proceed to replace all the broken parts, and after that, you press the power button. It starts on the first try, and several options show up on the display. Welcome, please select one of the options. Initiate the elevator startup process. Error 55, hydraulic fluid levels low. Please check fluid tanks and the fluid delivery pump status. Operation aborted. Perform a system check. One error detected. Okay. I believe all the damage. Nope, nope, there are some here too. Place. I'm gonna go and make sure I've got enough on hand because I don't want to have to keep transitioning between the two maps. Place. Replace. There should be one more. No. Initiate the pumping. Okay. We should be all done with this one. You can go ahead and drop the extra because we definitely won't need it out of here. Welcome, please select one of the options. Initiate elevator startup process. Success! Alright. And the rest of these should be smooth from here on out. Bacon, if you're just gonna get yourself lost every time I take you somewhere, I think it might be better to leave you home next time, she laughs. Just kidding. Lovely to see you're alive and in one piece, friend. Thank you for your help. Without you, that place would have been my coffin, albeit a very large one. I mean, only because it was made that way. Oh yes, it would, she laughs. You owe me for that one. Don't you forget that, mister. Well, I'm about to take it to the Hardcore City Bar, so thank you. Bacon, I accept. I'd like to go to the Hardcore City Bar with you. I haven't been there in ages, to be completely honest. I think it'll be just lovely, unless you find some grates there to follow through. Again, she laughs. Okay, Vivian, let's see. This piece of junk's been repaired. The power generator, I mean. Romance unlocked? Haha. Who knows? I'm tired, I'm dirty, and I'm tired. I'll meet you back at JKK after I get some rest. Don't forget to remind me to give you a reward. And after all that, to wreck that Hardcore City Bar. To dominate the Hardcore Bar. She laughs. Lovely. See you later, Bacon. Take care. Is that what you're hoping for, Ski? You want the romance options? Oh, and that was worth a 1 point of experience. Bro. Hey, Ola, where's Vivian? She says she'd meet me here. Ola's smile appears to be a bit wider than usual, and a bit more dishonest. Bro, how's it going? I got your reward here for that job with Vivian. Here. Oh boy, some leather armor. Sweet. That is done. Now, bro, I was told by Mr. Edstrom himself to get you up there in his office. I understand if you're nervous, but you really shouldn't be. He's totally groovy, totally chill. Just go there. Come on now. Okay, but you didn't answer my question about Vivian. What question? Where is she? Ola's smile slowly fades away as he answers your question. Right. Well, she's gone. Too bad, I know. But you should forget about her. You've got to think forward, bro. Not be stuck in the past. What do you mean she's gone? Ah, you've just got to be so damn annoying, don't you? She's gone. There is no more Vivian. Remember when I told you back then that we were suspicious that she was doing some funny business? Well, she was. She was a double agent, you idiot. She was working for Cortec. She was a spy. And if you had any idea what we uncovered while you were on your little friendly trip, you'd wipe that expression off your face. Ah, but we were supposed to go to the Hardcore City Bar later. He laughs at you. You are a moron. You really thought she was your friend? He laughs again. She was just playing you, bro, and she's good at that. Was good at that. This is gold, I mean really. It was all a lie. A lie. A lie. Remember that. Now, I don't want to talk about her anymore. She doesn't deserve it. I suggest we put this behind us and, continue with our jobs. I'll forget this little argument and play nice if you do, too. Got it, bro? Good. So yeah, there's your romance. It's gone. Just like her. And unfortunately, that's as far as her disappearance goes. You don't get any closure on it. Uh, you don't even really have clarification if she was a double agent. It's done. I mean, it's a bad ending for her. Haha. You see a short, middle-aged man sitting behind the desk and gazing into an azure drink, which he holds elegantly by the long, thin stem of the cocktail glass containing it. He carefully puts it down before going around the desk to shake your hand, displaying a closed-lipped smile. Bacon. I'm Mr. Edstrom, but you can call me Gunnar. His voice is friendly and even, and he continues talking while walking back to his desk. At last, I get the chance to meet you. Thank you for your kindness. He smiles. Thank you for being honest and dedicated to JKK. You know, this is one tough business we got here, Bacon. I mean, with the arena broadcasts, betting, equipment maintenance, security, catching beasts, and transporting them to the arena. It takes a lot of management to accomplish all that, but management is nothing if you don't have the right people to actually do the job. And you fit that job description, and you fit that description. You've served JKK well so far, and now it's time to give you your reward. But first, allow me to congratulate you on your success, Invictus. Know that I have been watching your matches with great delight, and that I'm sure your performance as a JKK operative is as impressive as the one in the arena. Thank you. It's good to be appreciated. It's nothing, believe me. He smiles. Bacon, I'm very glad you're here. I was looking for someone that can be trusted, that is honest, and above all, a real human being. You now have full access to JKK's equipment merchant. In other words, Ola. Also, regarding all further operations, you answer to me directly from now on. In addition to that, if you're experiencing any problems with anyone or anything within JKK, feel free to talk to me, okay? My doors are always open. I already have something important for you. Are you familiar with the name Edmund Knight, perhaps? Edmund Knight? Edmund Knight is the son of of Archibald Knight, chief of Praetorian Security. This young man was murdered recently, an oligarch's son. You realize the severity of this unfortunate event, I'm sure. This has not gone public yet, so before I proceed, I have to ask for your discretion regarding everything you hear now. You'll have it, sir. Good. We, the oligarchs, have had a meeting in which we discussed what had happened, and the president of Cortec, Rupert Simmons, claims that some acid hunters were involved in his death. They've caused quite a bit of trouble in some places, yeah. Oh, is that so? Your statement surely reinforces my opinion of them. But even if they are troublemakers, as you mentioned, they are not the ones who killed Edmund. Simmons' son, Milland, killed Edmund. And apparently, it all has to do with an item the acid hunters brought here. Now, Knight doesn't know this. If he found out, it would be a disaster. I'm sure of it, and this is the reason why I want to prevent it from happening. That item. Is it perhaps an unusually shaped device with strange markings contained in a metal box? He smiles. Bacon, you're way ahead of me. I guess these people really have a spotlight on them outside of Core City. And now, also in Core City. What you say is correct. This strange device was the reason Milland killed Edmund. As far as my daughter explained, who was with him at the time, Milland was the one who ended up taking the device. Alright, so where do I fit in? I want you to go and talk to these acid hunters. I want a confirmation and possibly a further explanation as to what happened back there and what that device actually is. If Cortec acquired something powerful, we must know about it. Knowledge is power. Dangerous things might happen here quite soon, and the more we know, the greater our chances to avoid them and come out on top. And to make your job even simpler, we learned where they're hiding. He smiles. We just need you, the right man for the job, to go and talk to them. That's all. Only use force if it's necessary. Big things are at stake here. I understand everything. Marvelous. I know I could count on you, he smiles. This is what I've been told about finding the acid hunters. Go into the sewers and find a large drain pipe, one a man can walk into. The large pipe has exits to different chambers, and one of them has a crack in the wall. Put your hand in the crack and you'll find a lever. Pull the lever, and the entrance to their lair will be revealed. I'm sure you'll use your skills to find them without problems. On the job. Great. And remember, this is between you and me only. And seeing as how we've already gone there and done that, is that one of our young and promising JKK operatives? He smiles. What can Gunnar do for you? About the acid hunters. What did you discover? The leader of acid hunters, Cornell, confirmed everything you said. Perfect. So they were cooperative. Now for the most important thing, did they tell you what was actually the device they gave to Milland? Let's see. Well, the only thing I found out is that the Faceless are after them, but other than that, they don't know anything about the device or its origin. Confirms my suspicions. There had to be a connection between the two, but I was hoping for something more on the device. We'll just have to proceed with a little less info. Proceed with what? I'll forget, so let me pay you now before we proceed. This is what we know so far. The acid hunters revealed little, sure, but we are positive that the Faceless are here because of the device. Archibald is yet unaware who is the real murderer, and we intend to keep it that way. He won't be an issue. The device is the real problem, though. The Faceless are here because of it, and if we don't return it to them, I fear they'll overrun us. Luckily, we have undisputable evidence of its location. Vortex scientists were seen entering an abandoned passage in the lower level of Core City, and upon further inspection, JKK operatives confirmed that this must be where they keep the device. I want you to go there and discover as much as possible about it. Won't this affect your relationship with Cortec? We've all had our fair share of conflicts, you know. We'll iron it out in the end. But if this thing is allowed to remain here, oh, we won't have to worry about our own disputes. Just tell me where I need to go. Yet again, JKK operatives prove their superiority, he smiles. We acquired this keycard which can be used to unlock a door to a hidden passageway on the lower level. It's next to one of those under-passage exits in Drop Zone. He gives you the keycard. We don't know what lies in there, so be careful, and be as discreet as possible. I expect nothing short of a complete success from you, Bacon. Once you have the device, we'll turn it over to the Faceless. Hopefully, that will be enough for them to lift the blockade. I'll get this device for you. Yeah, so about that. I'd been to the research facility. Do you have the device? Chortists took the device right before me. I tried to follow them, but they managed to escape. I've been informed that all the Chortists left Core City at the same time. I found it odd, but now, considering what you just told me, it all makes sense. We neglected to factor in their presence and motives, as the Faceless are our main focus, and the Chortists sure exploited that. Now what? He makes a lengthy pause, after which he continues. Come to think of it, maybe this is not such a bad outcome after all. Once the Faceless realize the device is not here, and we will help them with that, they'll go to the Chortists. Perfect. He chuckles. As long as that wretched thing is out of Core City, I think this will end good for us. We are done for now. Well, almost. I've arranged for something for you. Speak to Ola. He will tell you all you need to know. After that, maybe you should go and get some rest, Bacon. Look at yourself. You definitely need it. That was worth 8 total. So we are at 26 out of 30. And we'll come for the lore later. Go ahead and clear these out. Oh, and I guess this is technically still a quest. Bro. Mr. Ashram told me to talk to you about some equipment. Yeah, that's right. As of now, you have permission to purchase the equipment from me if you'd like. We'll back right back out. Equip the good shoes. Bro. So, where do you keep all the good stuff, Ola? Come on, I know you're not showing me everything you got in store. Let's say I got nothing more to show you, would you believe me? If I told you I'm willing to spend a lot of money, would you believe me? I think I would, bro. Check this out. Let's see. They may or may not have anything of value at the moment, but you always want to unlock that extra stock. Okay, yeah, they definitely got some quality. That's a 149 for a rifle. Unfortunately, we won't be making use of that. So, if we had had a little bit more will, the Hypno Goggles would actually be, unironically, pretty good. The special ability isn't really why. That plus 30 to persuasion, however. That said, never really going to have the ability to, alright, to make use of that. And that does scale, so that's actually just a really high quality set of the Hypno Goggles. So, he's got some okay stuff, but for now, let's offload those guns. Oh, and crossbow. There we go. Nice. And hmm. You know what? We'll go ahead and grab the hypno goggles. I think that's as good as they get. So on the off chance that we find some good gear that would buff Will, that would in turn make the goggles applicable. You know, we're going to keep the good shoes on for now. Mr. Esham told me to talk to you about something, but didn't specify what it was. Yes, there is something. I think you'll be quite pleased with what you're about to hear. You've been given a house. A very groovy house in Core City. It's a little gift from Mr. Edstrom for your dominating performance so far. All legal aspects have already been taken care of. You just need to go get it and take the keys. Simple, right? Core City Housing Corporation representative will meet you in the easternmost part of this level, the residential district, where your house is located. It's a large house in the northern part of the area. You'll easily find it, bro. This is superb. I want to... No, let's not keep the man waiting then. Bye. So yeah, by completing the Oligarch quest line, you get access to a personal house. Now, on its own, not that big of a deal. In fact, if that was all there was to it, you know, it wouldn't really matter. It's just, oh, hey, you got your own place now. Yay. But there's certain aspects to it that you can enhance. And those aspects are the reasons you want to really invest in it. Well dressed and clean shaved, this elegant looking man switches the suitcase he's carrying from his right to his left hand and moves to shake yours, doing so with a firm grip. Mr. Bacon, I'm glad you have finally arrived. My name is Samuel Morgan, and I work for Core City Housing Corporation as a real estate agent. As you were already informed, I am here to introduce you to your new residence, present you with the keys, and answer any questions you might have. I can't wait to see it, Mr. Morgan. Yes, your enthusiasm is perfectly understandable, and in that case I suggest we go inside and continue the conversation there. Follow me, Mr. Bacon. I'm right behind you. So, about the house, though. Well, here we are now. First off, this is the entrance hallway. Care to explain the debris blocking the entrance? Do not be concerned with it. It will be taken care of on the city's expense. Please allow me to explain the whole situation before you jump to conclusions. Structurally speaking, the building is in excellent condition. What you see here is only the product of an unfortunate accident caused by the previous owner, Mr. Hank Wardell, an aging northerner with too much time on his hands. What did he do? Make explosives? You can say that. At least he was successful in creating an explosion powerful enough to demolish the whole residence, if you could call that a success. Mr. Wardell had a laboratory set up inside and apparently had an interest in experimenting with highly volatile substances for reasons unknown to anyone but him. The results were his premature death, of course, and the severe damaging of the building, as you can see. Now, considering that he had lived alone and had no known heirs, this building became city property after his unfortunate demise. Now, it is being handed over to you, Mr. Bacon. Now, we move to the part that interests you the most, I presume. The renovation of the ground floor will be paid for by the city. You just need to visit the Core City Housing Company office so that we can take care of that for you. The floor above and the floor below, however, will have to be funded from your own pocket, I'm afraid. Still, considering you were gifted a very spacious residence in the most prestigious part of Core City, I believe that deal is indeed fair. Interesting. Anyway, what can you tell me about the house layout before handing me my keys? Yes, well, the house, as I have already mentioned, has 3 floors. The ground floor is where the living room, kitchen, dining room, as well as several other small rooms are located. The second floor has the main bedroom, gym, workroom, and a lovely balcony overlooking the entrance to the house. And finally, the basement level provides several rooms which can be arranged to your liking, perhaps making a workshop if you are the crafty type, if I am to express myself in that manner. Please, just please, do not demolish the house like your predecessor did. I see, can I have my keys now? But of course, here's your key. You have any further questions before we start? What can you tell me about the previous owner other than he demolished the place? I'm afraid I can't reveal any more of his personal details. Why won't the city pay for the whole renovation? Well, I unfortunately don't have an answer to that question. I feel the need to remind you of one thing. You have been given this residence completely free. You suffered no expenses for the property, nor the documentation, nor anything else. While it is true that it is not in the best condition at the moment, it is one of the largest and most prestigious residences in the district, which is also one of the most desirable living locations in not just Core City, but in the whole South Underrail. No, just renovations. No taxes. Well, in that case, I bid you farewell, Mr. Bacon. Trust me, after a bit of tidying up, your residence will look as good as new. And don't forget, Core City Housing Operations Office is just across the street. Enjoy your new home. That said, the amount of coins going into the renovation might as well be taxes. A forlorn grandpa stares at you with groggy eyes, but more out of habit, it seems, rather than because he can actually see much of you. Do you have coins, sir, madam? I am but a frail old man who cannot work any more. Please be kind. 1 coin. That's all I'm asking. Well, if this one's actually blind, we'll actually be kind, since we tried to be nice to the last one. You know, I'll give you 100 coins. Visibly astonished by your generosity, the man feels the pile of coins in his hands for a few moments before expressing his gratitude. My, I've never met a human being more kind and good and I don't know how I can possibly thank you for... His murky eye sheds a lone tear, a tear which travels across his wrinkly face and hits the top of the coin pile in his hands. May life be as kind to you as you were to me. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, old man. So long. See, I can be nice. I just need to not be immediately threatened for my kindness. You catch the man moving some heavy boxes, so his breathless but still polite greeting doesn't come as a surprise. This thin man, obviously not built for physically intensive work, puts down the last box on the desk near him before pulling out a bright red handkerchief to wipe the sweat off his equally colored face. Afterwards, he steps in front of you and begins speaking, while the caressing breeze of the fan behind him cools him off. Ooh, sorry. I'm Giles Pitt, and welcome to Core City Housing Corporation Sales Office. He wipes the sweat off his forehead. How may I help you? I was told to come here about my house's renovation. Wardale residence? Yes, Mr. Morgan already contacted me about that and mentioned the interior renovation. The city paid for the renovation of the ground floor only, and the renovation crew is ready to begin. Now, if you're interested in some other work for your house, we can discuss that right here, right now. Alright, let's see. I am interested, just make sure the ground floor gets renovated as soon as possible. Don't worry, it'll be taken care of. Now, I've got the necessary catalogs for you to browse. Also, until the basement and the second floor are renovated, only the ground floor can be accessed. I'd like to have the basement renovated. The price of the basement renovation is 2,000 Karens. Got it right here. Excellent. Don't worry. It'll be as good as new after Core City Housing has taken care of it. I'd like to have the second floor renovated. That would cost 2,500 Karens. Here you go. Excellent. Don't worry. Again, it'll be as good as new. Electrical power and lighting. Just going to shift through all of that. The residents suffered extensive damage after the accident. Our pricing for the repairs is the following: 800 Karens for repairing the main power, 400 per floor, and fixing the lights on that floor. Ding, 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 ding. Right away, our electricians will be done before you even notice they were there. Let's see. Interested in home security. He grabs a catalog with a shielded plasma bot on it. Even though we can rely on Praetorian security to keep us safe, the faceless situation has shown us that investing in home security might not be such a bad move. We offer the finest surveillance systems available, stationary turrets, and security bots that will, if not deter, take care of any intrusions. I'd like a top-notch security, top-notch surveillance for my home. And you will get it. Our successful surveillance plan involves installing cameras throughout your residence and setting up a convenient room from which you will be able to record and observe what goes on about your precious home. 2,200 Karens might sound expensive, but if you want safety, know that you will get the best equipment there is. Done. He laughs. Truly so. Trust me, this surveillance system is so hardcore, even big companies like CoreTech or JKK use it. Nothing will happen in your home without you knowing it. I want turrets. Well, one of the options is the quintessential BioCore AT9 gun turrets, which cost 700 per unit. The other is the Decimator DM66 the Decimator DM66, Cortex improvement of the standard plasma turret design. It costs around 1,500 per unit. I'd recommend a pair for your main entrance if you can afford it. And I'd like to install 2 plasma turrets at the house entrance. Good choice. Well, you can always replace purchased turrets with other models at any time you like. Just see us and we'll take care of it. Free of any extra charge. I'd like a plasma turret on the house balcony. I need a home defense bots. For home defense, we offer CoreTech adaptations of the BioCore design bots. The HDB01 is the home adapted version of the Sentry bot, or the Wheeled bot, as it is formerly known. I mean, you want to have your home be safe, don't you? It's only natural, right? Meanwhile, the HDB02 is their take on the Plasma Sentry. These machines will patrol your hallways while the home-adapted AI allows them to automatically adjust their operational regime to make them as transparent as possible. You won't even know they're there. They cost 1,200 and 2,100 respectively. I'll get a Plasma Sentry for my ground floor. And I'll get a Plasma Sentry for my second floor hallway. So let's see. There's graffiti printed on the front side of my house. I would like them removed. I'll look at it first before I pay 200. But sure, we constantly have problems regarding free drones graffiti springing up throughout the city. So to combat them, as well as other mischievous artists, Core City Housing Corporation assembled a dedicated team of trained professionals. For 200 Karens, we'll get rid of those graffiti. We'll get those graffiti dominated in no time. We'll see about it in a bit. I'm interested in a basement fit out. I would like to set up a workshop in one of the rooms for electronic and mechanical work, of course. Before you can purchase any other equipment, I strongly recommend acquiring either an electronic or mechanical workbench. Sadly, we don't have any available at the moment, so you might try purchasing one elsewhere. In any case, we would be delighted to transport and install it for you. Okay. How would I set up a lab? Same thing. I would like set up a room for leatherworking. Once again, I'd like to take a look at something else. And let's see. Do you offer moving services? I need some things moved from Southgate Station to my house here. For you, certainly. SGS is one of the few safe locations our crews are allowed to go to, so you're in luck. How much would it cost me? That depends. What do you need moved? Okay. I reside in the single room, so this is going to transport literally everything from SGS to here. That sounds like a fairly simple job. He tells you this while walking to his computer. Just a moment, please. After typing something in, he hits enter. So that would be 500 Karens. There you go. Very good. I need some Very good. Now I need some information about the room access. That'll be all. You can expect your delivery to arrive shortly. So, how badly has this hit our coin stock? We are down to half of what we had before. So let's see. What can you tell me about Hank Wardell, the previous owner of my home? Ah, that old geezer. He was one of those not entirely on this side of the tracks kind of men. You know, a bit derailed. He had a long gray hair and wore casual clothing, sometimes even torn in places, which wouldn't be strange to see that the man wasn't almost as rich as the oligarchs. He was close, let me tell you that. What did he do to have so much money? I mean, his former residence must have been expensive to purchase. No one knows. That's the strangest part of all. All we know, we who live in the neighborhood, is that he arrived from the north and just dropped enough coins to buy the house. He was a reclusive man, dedicated to some strange experimentation within the depths of his lab. Well, when he wasn't spelunking around, leaving the residence empty for weeks, even. He wasn't unpleasant, though. A man could have had a nice chat with him, yet somehow, and this is strange, you'd always end up telling him more than he'd tell you. Always full of questions, and then he'd sometimes suddenly say goodbye in the middle of a conversation and leave. You mentioned experiments? Well, I don't know if they were experiments or what, but he had a lab and was always making chemicals and stuff. I know that because he had ordered a lot of specialized equipment and workbenches from us. In the end, that's what's killed him. So, all in all, he wasn't bad or anything like that. He was merely very, very strange. Hardcore strange, I'd say. He laughs. I've heard enough, I think. Let's talk about something else. Alright. So, let's head into our house. So as you can see, we have a nice new renovation. Anybody that tries to invade our house is going to get, well, dominated. And here's literally everything that was in my storage box. Which, it's unfortunate it's here, but it saves me the trouble of going back and forth everywhere, so it's fine. Unusual bag. Hexagon gem. A brilliant gem similar to the one found in the synesthete's headband, only hexagonal in shape. So, when we managed to pick up the dude's headband before, which... there we go. He just went off and, you know, vanished, right? This only appears if you do that. It's like it's a gift of sorts. It's a hexagon gem similar to the one found in the synesthete's headband. You wonder what would happen. You switch the two gems. Place the pentagon gem with the hexagon gem. You remove the pentagon gem from its thin aluminum socket, which you then gently bend outward with your hand so that it may accommodate its new insert. After some more careful reshaping, you find the gem to be properly secured, and you can't help but not marvel at how it gives the headband a more symmetrical and lustrous look. So now, with the hexagon gem, psychokinesis is increased by 40. Psi ability, psi cost, it increased by 30% when focused. Perception boosted by 3 when focused, and detection increased by 70 when focused. Now, unfortunately, because it's such an unreliable piece of garbage, you can't actually tell when it's focused and when it's not, other than looking at the numbers, so it's mostly there to help meet perception prerequisites, but we will have it available. And, you know, it just wouldn't be a home if it didn't have a certain feature. And wouldn't you know it, we have a rift. Attune yourself to the rift. We're going to head to Camp Hathor. Hello, Fred. You know, I'm really interested in purchasing that tailoring bench over there. He gives you a surprised look, as if unsure whether he understood you well. This one? This? I need that for me business, it ain't for sale. Can't we make some deal? I haven't seen another one anywhere else, and I need one. His stare jumps between you and the bench, and then he rubs his chin, scratches his head, and rubs his ear. After this unusual ritual, he answers, "No, I'm sorry. I mean, I made this one myself, and no, sorry. I'm willing to pay good money." He repeats the previous ritual, but response comes a bit more quickly. "Okay, listen here. This cannot go under 1,000 Karens. If you want it so badly, that's the price. Otherwise, it hurt me business, mate. About that tailoring workbench. You know, 1,000's a bit much. I think 700 is a fair price, and it's not like you're running your business in Core City, where life is a lot more expensive." Well, it's true this ain't Core City. I mean, yeah, but... He pauses to think. Okay. It's yours for 700. Here's 700. Well, the bench is yours to take. I'm going to miss it, but yeah, got coins to help me replace it. I can't take it right away. I'll see that Core City Housing Corporation guys deliver it to my house. Yeah, I dig. No problems with me. So, we have to go to a bunch of different locations and grab these to get them to come our way. But it's definitely worth it. And since we need to head to Junkyard anyway for another reason, let's turn the speed down so that I don't run out of juice. I might have overlooked something here because there should have been a second oddity. Oh yeah, I bet it's in the one locker I didn't look at. And sure enough. And there we go, that's another 2 oddity points. So we are now 2 points short of a level. Now back to our regularly scheduled power walking. Show me where it leads. I'm really curious about that workbench you got there. United Stations supplied that one. It has all the tools a doc would need. Medication, too. It also includes quality chemistry and biology sets and stuff. Would have been better. Would have known better had I used it. He gives the bench a long, steady look. I don't need any of that. I like my own tools. His wild eye shifts towards a bent needle laying on the ground. Haha. Would you sell it to me then? Yes. How much do you want? It looks expensive. 1 grand. Oh. 1.5 grand. Coins. Karens. I'd like to buy the workbench. I'll give you 1 grand, though. Acceptable. Here we go. From his eye, first his eyes take the money, then his hands. Don't wave it around so much. Poor folks' eyes see everything. Applies to food, too. Everything precious. I'll see to it that the men from Course City Housing Corporation come and get the bench for me, okay? His wild eyes nod for him. And back we go. Also, yeah, this place is now completely on lockdown, but if we ever felt like it, we could totally barge in and clean up shop. So that counts for tailoring, that counts for biology and chemistry. I know where the electronics one is, but I don't remember if that doubles over for mechanics as well. So, off we go to Foundry. And over to the electric shop. Oh, actually, I do remember where. I was going to Cheatsy Doodle and look, but that's actually in Rail Crossing. So, never mind. I won't have to cheat and look. I'm interested in buying that electronic workbench with all the integrated equipment. This one? I'm using that. He coughs. I need it. Everything can be bought. You just have to name the price. His stare becomes glued to the workbench as he considers your words. With each passing second, you become more and more sure that he is indeed going to name a price. There are a lot of expensive tools in that thing, he coughs. If I were to sell it, it would have to be for no less than 1,200 Karens. Yes, that's what I'm going to ask for it. That workbench looks like it's seen some heavy use in the past. I'll give you 800 for it. Deal? He pauses, but soon replies. Deal, friend. 800. There you go. Good. I'd help you carry it out of the store, but my back's a bit friable. Old age, what can I say? I'm not carrying it either. I'll see to it that Core City Housing Corporation guys deliver it to my house. And finally, we need to go and grab our last one. Head over to Rail Crossing. And check in with the guy who has the quads. How much you asking for that mechanic's workbench? Slowly looks at the workbench. I got it from a mechanic in Core City. It's brand new. Short pause. 1 Kent, 3 wrenches. 1,300. Yup. Ooh, it's persuasion. If that mechanic's name was Mykola, then I seriously doubt that bench is brand new. Who knows what might break or fall off. How about lowering the price to, say, 8 wrenches? A frown creeps up on his face, but disappears after an instant. Mykola, yeah. Okay, you got me there. 8 wrenches it is. That's the stuff. Here you go. The bench is yours, man. You taking it now, or... Nah, I'll see to it. The house incorporation, blah, blah, blah. So, we've arranged for our 4 benches. Head to my house. We're going to arrange for all 4 of those. Renovate everything in the basement. Let's be here to purchase something for my house. Basement. Recently purchased XYZ. 50 coins per. Just tell us where to go. Look for Travis. He has a small shop right near the entrance of rail crossing. Look for West Electronics shop in the residential area. Look for a doctor called Fixer. It's near the United Stations Embassy. And look for a leather merchant named or called Fred. Can't miss him. Now then, want to set up a workshop in one of the rooms for electronic and mechanical work. So most of this is just storage, I believe, but you know, it's fine. So I want a laboratory. And leatherworking. That should be everything for the basement. Now, everything for the ground floor and second floor are purely cosmetic, but we're just going to go ahead and do it anyway. Show me the rugs. And because we're rich, get the most expensive one. Furniture. Prestige. Wardrobes. Black modern. High resolution monitor. Storage lockers. Paintings. Kitchen. Doot, 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 doot. So obviously this is a complete waste of money, but I mean, you know, it's whatever. Going with blue. I think we, so that should be it then. And second floor. Bedroom, bed. I'll take the Somnia because it's expensive. Wardrobes. Rug. Show me the... Am I broke now? Oh, I am. That would be why. And, eh. No, I spent all of it on the damn decorations. Uh, which, no, don't close the door. Which, to be fair, I mean, renovating everything, getting the money back is super easy. Just make some stuff in our new workshop. So we'll look over things again when we've got another batch of coins. But now we have a mostly furnished home. See, by walking into one of these workshops, you get a bonus to all crafting skills to a level of 15%. Which, as you can see, helps push some of these up particularly high. Though I am curious, how does that factor in with, say, the glove? Is that 15 in general, or is this a... It's 15 in general, so even if I equip all the appropriate gear, it's a pretty hefty jump. But what you generally will want to do is get all of your crafting items and shove them into one of these rooms and just go from there. And you can... There we go. And then you can just mass produce high quality pieces. You don't have to deal with all the trash the dudes carry with them. And make a nice killing. Is there anything else I want to do before we call it? So we did the entire Oligarch quest line. We've got our house. I'll take care of moving all of this off stream because that's just boring walking left and right. And we'll see about getting a bit more funding via clearing out the shops. As for what comes next in Underrail, we are very close to level 23, which, as I said before, 22 to 24 is a pretty good time to hit the expedition. I don't know how our melee will function on the boat at this point, but there's two major steps that I like to go through with the expedition before, sealing the deal proper. We'll figure out how we go with that eventually. There's a few odds and ends quests I might pick up and just do those first, or we might go to the Institute of Chort just to get things like situated there. We'll see. But we've done a fair amount of the game's content by this point. I think we will wrap up a few more quests and maybe infiltrate the Institute of Chort. And once we've kind of done a fair amount there, then we'll focus on the expedition. And then the expedition will be... I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll do some thinking about it until the next time I stream this, and we'll kind of feel things out as we go. But for the time being, I am going to call it. I need to prepare some food and whatnot. Given I don't have anything else occurring this evening, unless I have another unfortunate glasses accident, we will see about streaming Breath of Fire 3, which means tomorrow's first stream, if that does work out, will indeed be Underrail again. Yeah, that's about it. I was going to roll Iconoclasts out at some point, but I kind of still catching up after that huge FGO uh, bum rush. So I kind of need to keep pumping these two out until the rotation is situated properly on YouTube. But that's an issue for another day. For now, thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed. Uh, if I do stream again tonight, hope to see you there. And if not, I hope you have a great day and a wonderful evening. Y'all take it easy. There's no one to raid to with a appropriate entry right now, so we're just going to cut it off here. Y'all take care, and I hope to see y'all again in the future. See ya, and thanks as always.